Hey friends, welcome back to this Homeschooling Naturopath. My name is Hannah and I am a homeschooling mama of 3 little girls who are 9, 7, and 5, and I'm also a fully qualified naturopath living and working in New Zealand. On this channel, I share content related to homeschooling, homemaking, motherhood, as well as little tidbits of naturopathic info throughout some of my videos here. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys along and showing you how I make our daily homeschool schedule. So, if you're interested to see how I create this document, why I create this document, why do we need a homeschooling schedule, stay tuned.
Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard.
Alright, so first things first, why do I feel the need to create a schedule, a daily schedule in our homeschool? Well, first and foremost, having a printed version of our daily schedule on the fridge for my children to see, I have found is very, very beneficial in keeping them on task. They are able to look at the fridge and see exactly what we're supposed to be doing at what specific time. And I personally really thrive on routine, I thrive on schedule, and I can tell you that so do my children. Because we're right now in a 2-week break. We start back homeschooling next week, so only a couple more days here. But like when we are not in our normal routine of homeschooling and, you know, our normal schedule, my kids go crazy. Like they can't deal. They thrive on routine and schedule and being told exactly what they should be doing at particular times. And you know, all kids are very different. All parents are very different. If scheduling is not something that calls to you, absolutely, by all means, do not feel pressured to create a homeschooling schedule. This is just something that I like to do to keep us all on track. And it is something that I found very, very useful in our time of homeschooling. It just makes the days flow better when everyone knows what is expected of them. Everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing at what time, and it just brings a little bit of peace to our homeschooling day, which is all you want, right? I will link a video down below that I found incredibly helpful when I first started looking at scheduling. This is from, I don't know her name, but from the ECELETIC Homeschooler. Again, like I said, I'll link the particular video I'm talking about down below. And she also has a link to a block schedule that you can edit yourself and print out. To be honest, my schedule is not the traditional block schedule that you may find. Basically what it is you assign a big chunk of time to several different subjects. For example, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., you may have written down in there math and language arts. And that just means that in that 2-hour period, you would expect that your kids have completed both math and language arts by 12 o'clock. So I just have, this is our last term, our last term's schedule. I change them every term because we have, you know, new sports, we have new science units, new history units, all of that. So I do change these out every couple of months. And right now I am currently working on our new schedule. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you guys what I am working on my computer right now. Hopefully it films it all right, because I don't think that this computer is capable of screen recording. So that's gonna be interesting. Okay, so you can see my shadow. I apologize for that, but this is what I am working on my computer. So this is just a template on Canva that I found that I thought was pretty, and I am currently just editing it to suit our new daily schedule that I want to create in our upcoming term. Like I said, I will edit this to suit our specific needs for the upcoming term, and then I will print and laminate this and put it on our fridge for everybody to see. So I am just going to finish editing this document, and then once it's all printed and organized, I will go through it with you guys.
Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other. So far is the echo, where do we start? You can learn to discover a million stars. Here in the shadows, I know you take my hand together, we'll make a stand. We've got to fight to find a way. Dare to fall to find out what to say. No more hate. Just admit that you're just afraid.
Alright, so I've actually got 3 different ones here that I printed because the canvas template that I used wasn't a perfect like letter size page. So these actually didn't print perfectly, but I got 3 different ones. So I could pick which one I liked better. I also have this one here, but I don't know, it's kind of bothering me that some of these are cut off. I do like this though. So, and now I'm going to have to decide which one I'm going to laminate. I've just got my laminator out here, it's warming up. I've got my laminating sheets all ready to go. And now I just need to decide which one of these I want to use.
Just admit that you're just afraid. Let go of all your fears and pride. Stand up.
Okay, so now that this is all printed and laminated, and we'll go through sort of what I've got here. So obviously Monday to Friday, those are the days that we homeschool, and I've got the hours between 8 and 5 p.m. onwards. 5 p.m. onwards is literally, as you can see, that is dinner time. School is well and truly finished by then, but I've put it on here anyways. I did in my last schedule have each of my girls' names on one of the days of the week, and that was the person who would help me with dinner that night. However, this coming term, we're going to have quite a few sports on in the afternoons, and so yeah, we're gonna be late home on all 3 of these afternoons here, and so it wouldn't have really worked out to have each of them helping me every night of the week with dinner, but here we are. Okay, so 8 a.m. is always morning chores and breakfast time. I am always awake well before this, making our breakfast. I do have a breakfast menu, which I can show you guys here in a minute. 8 a.m. is when people start to wake up and do their morning chores. Morning chores consist of making their bed, getting themselves organized, tidying up their room if it needs tidying, all of that type of thing. And I expect that by about 8:39 that they are at the table ready to go and ready for breakfast. We do eat breakfast together. 9 a.m. we start our morning basket time. And this generally will go for at least a half an hour to an hour, and then we move straight into our group subject. Monday through Thursday is pretty much exactly the same. We'll be doing our Living Off the Land Gather Round unit. The only thing that's different you'll see in the morning time here is that on Friday, rather than doing our Living Off the Land, we'll do art history, which for that we use Gather Round's artist unit. And then on Fridays this term, my older 2 daughters will be having a sign language class every Friday morning, so that is pretty exciting. Between 11 and 11:30, we do read and feed. This is a little saying that came from when my girls were at public school. It's literally just, that is our time to do read-alouds and have a snack. We usually sit in the living room for this and get all cozy and have our read and feed time, and then the girls can go outside and have a bit of a play. Sometimes we do a brain break in the morning on YouTube, that type of thing. And then straight after that little break, we'll do our math and language arts. And this is the time of the day when we all separate from each other. I take each child individually and do their individual subjects with them. Generally, this takes us an hour sometimes an hour and a half, sometimes getting down in here into like the 1-2 o'clock zone, especially for my oldest daughter. Her math can sometimes take a really long time. So I've just allowed for lunch and free play in the afternoons, but generally we do run over time here. Lunch usually starts whenever I have time to take off from teaching to start preparing our lunch. Typically my younger two are finished by this point. However, my oldest daughter is normally still working, and I will just sneak away from her when I can to organize our lunch. Following lunch is free play on most of those days. Lunchtime is when we are finished. And then you can see afternoons, we've got gymnastics on a Monday and then rugby training 2 times a week. Wednesday is slightly different. I've put down what you want Wednesday. This is like sort of a craft afternoon. This is the time when my girls can focus on particular handicrafts that they're interested in, sewing, gardening, things like that. This is like a sort of explore your handicraft interest afternoon as opposed to anything else. They can also do arts and crafts and that type of thing. Fridays are generally our day when we have completed all of our work throughout the week and we are able to go out for a fun afternoon activity. This really does vary. Sometimes it's meeting up with our homeschooling group, maybe outdoor hikes, museum trips, potentially like the trampoline park, things like that we'll do on fun Friday afternoons, and that is if everyone has completed all of the work that they have to do throughout that week and had good behavior. So yes, this is our term 2 of the 2023 school year, new homeschool schedule. I am going to put this guy up on our fridge, and I think I'm going to strategically place a magnet up here so that you can't really tell it's missing the top of its letters. All right, and here it is on the fridge, and I did find a magnet that fit perfectly, so you can't really tell that the letters are cut off. So, beautiful. This is our morning menu I've got up. I don't have this laminated only because this is due to change in about a week or 2, so I didn't want to laminate it because I will probably be changing this out pretty often, every 3 to 4 weeks, so I don't really feel the need to laminate this, but this will be our morning menu for the start of our term 2, our homeschool timetable. And then down here I have had a couple questions about this. This is our shower chart that is also on our fridge. We've probably been using this for about 2 years now, this exact same laminated sheet. Prior to making this shower chart, my kids would constantly argue about who got to go first in the shower. I would ask someone, hey, can you get in the shower? And then they would complain and argue, why can't so-and-so go first, yada yada. So I created this shower chart, and it literally just bang, 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 one after the other, and this is no complaints. Everyone pretty much knows now who goes on what day, who's first, and all of that. So this has kind of become a second nature in our house, and I highly recommend if you have trouble getting your kids in the shower at night, if there's arguments and all of that, I highly recommend creating a shower chart. I just made this myself on Word, and then this I just randomly Googled and added it. And this has just brought so much peace the last 2 years into our nighttime routine. The person who goes first in the shower knows exactly who they are every day. And then the other 2 people who are not first are the 2 people that will help clean up after dinner time. So yes, our very handy organizational fridge. There you go.